I'd like to call the Pasadena City Council meeting to order, February the 2nd, 2016. If we will all stand, please. Tim Miller, Recreation Superintendent, Parks and Recreation, will give us the invocation. Councilmember Jeff Wagner will lead us in the pledges.
Will you join me in prayer? Heavenly Father, thank you on behalf of all who are gathered here today. Thank you for your many and abundant blessings. Thank you for life itself and the gift of our health and happiness. We pray you continue to bless us with your abundant mercy and grace. Lord, we pray for our mayor and for this assembled council. We ask that you would guide them and their decisions as they work their way through today's agenda and those in the future. Help them navigate the many conflicts and issues of our times. May their decisions be guided by you and the needs of the people. Help them lead our community towards a future blessed with growth, safety, and prosperity. I ask, Lord, that you protect all those who work to make Pasadena a great place to live. Keep us safe in our daily endeavors and continue to bless us with your mercy. In your name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Councilman Wagner.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
I want to first of all thank Keller Middle School for coming. I met all the young people here. They introduced themselves. I thought that was very nice, very polite. Welcome the teachers. Welcome everybody else here. And I see Lieutenant and Sergeant here is fixing to get some service awards. It's always good to know that we have such men like you leading our police department, and we thank you for that. And with that, I pass.
Councilmember Van Hout.
Good morning. The Citizens Police Academy will be starting March 22nd. Will run Tuesday evenings through May 24th. For information, call 713-475-7025. I went through this a couple years ago. It is very interesting. You get to see the different aspects of what the police do and have a better understanding of why they react to things the way they do. The It's Time Texas Community Challenge. I talked about this last time. Pasadena ran at the head of the pack for 4 weeks. And last Thursday, Garland passed us. This is not acceptable. We need more people to sign up. Now, the mayor did already, but you know, you can post selfies.
How do you sign up again?
Good job, Brian.
If you sign up, the city gets points for that, for each person who signs up. You can log your weight each week. We get points for that. Nobody else can see what your weight is. You do activities. This can be walking, biking, exercising, dancing. You go dancing, log it, get points for that. If you're shopping at the mall long enough that you're walking for 20 minutes, log that. And you get more points for uploading photos. I'm going to have to figure out how to do that and start putting that in. We got to beat Garland.
Yeah, that weight issue kind of bothered, but I fudged a little bit. Not a lot. Councilman Morrison.
Thank you. And to our officers, been here 35 years, just congratulations and thank you on that. And one other person that has a service award, been here 20 years, is my neighbor the last 7 years here, Linda Rory. Thanks for the congratulations to you as well. And I see Keller Middle School out there. Do y'all like the new sidewalk? I bet you did. That's pretty nice. Glad to help with that some. And yeah, I see Tracy or Councilor Skripka. Sorry. Thanks for all you do over there at the school as well. We also have Deepwater Homeowner Association, a newer HOA that's getting formed, a neighborhood organization getting formed. If y'all are going to stay for the whole meeting, I'd like to visit with you a little bit. But, the neighborhood organizations is something I think is a strong core for our city, and appreciate y'all starting to form one in that area. And I'd called Councilmember Casadas even when y'all were forming the first time, and if there's anything I can do to help, I told him to please call me. But thank y'all, and Councilmember Casadas, thank you for help getting that going as well.
Councilmember Ybarra.
I just want to congratulate Lieutenant Styron and Herman for your 35 years of service. Also welcome new employees. And also want to thank Kirby and Maurice with Clean Streets for keeping Shaw Street clean and mowed on the north side. That I'll pass it.
Councilmember Lehman.
Thank everybody for coming out this morning. Keller Middle School, glad to see y'all here. Congratulations to the two police officers for their service, and I do appreciate your time and I appreciate everything the police department does. With that, I pass.
Councilmember Casados.
Yeah, I'd like to thank everyone for coming out this morning. Congratulations to the policemen. We appreciate your service. I'd like to thank the Deepwater Neighborhood Association for coming out. I appreciate that very much, and your support is always appreciated. And to the Keller Middle School, you guys, thanks for coming out. It's a pleasure to see you guys out here. That I pass.
Councilmember Wheeler.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to give congratulations to Lieutenant Styron and Sergeant Sherman. Congratulations on your years of service. I also want to welcome the Deepwater Neighborhood Association. Good to see y'all here. Glad y'all got an association started. That's where I grew up, so hopefully start to see some good things going on in the neighborhood. I want to recognize former Councilman Pat Riley, who's in attendance. Thank you for coming out this morning. Also, anyone who attended my breakfast. I have a community breakfast every month. We go over council issues. It's at Frank's Grill. Thank everyone for coming out to that and discuss those issues. Also, we want to remind everyone that we have a primary election coming up, and early vote starts February 16th, ending on the 26th, and you can vote at the Phelps Courthouse.
Councilmember Bass.
Good morning, everybody. Keller Middle School. Is it better here or at school? Don't know? Okay. Maybe worse here. I don't know. Anyway, thank y'all for coming out today. And I want to congratulate Officers Rick Styron and Officer Jack Sherman. 35 years. That's as old as me. So anyway, appreciate y'all coming today. And Christina Womack, I see in the background, and Pat Riley, thank y'all for coming. Also, I've been given a notice here about our water billing department. I'm glad you put it in big bold so I can read it without glasses. It is a notice our water billing department hours have changed. The water billing now opens earlier and stays open later, Monday through Thursday. The hours of operation for drive-through, office, and phone payment are now 7:30 a.m. to 5 o'clock p.m., Monday through Thursday. And then on Friday, it's 7:30 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. Customers can still pay their bill online at any time, and auto bank draft remains a payment option as well. With that, I'll pass.
All right. Deepwater Neighborhood Association. I tell you what, cameras, if you would, I want you all to stand up one at a time and give us your name and look into the camera right here. The Internal Revenue is watching. If you'll just stand up and look in the camera right here. Come on out there. Neighborhood Network. Come on, quit acting bashful.
My name is Helen Valdez.
Very good.
Ray Ivan.
Rudy Slobcheck.
Laura Kane. Deborah Melvin. Valerie Marshall.
James Marshall.
Roberta Bayless.
Charles Bates.
I want to personally thank each and every one of you for taking your time out of your personal life to come together as a committee to try to help make your area of town and this whole Pasadena area a better place to live. And thank you very much. Give them a big hand, please. And now that we have you on film, if you miss a meeting, it's going to be a $100 fine. Pat Riley, good to see you moving around. I'm surprised you don't have a motor on that walker you got there. But you're looking good. I see we got a Deer Park councilman here, Thane Harrison. Thane, and of course Christina with the chamber, who's doing an excellent job in the chamber. Rick Styron and Jack Sherman, 35 years each, and they're getting close to you. One of them's getting close to your age. Well, both of them together are getting close to my age. But we'll get to y'all in just a minute. You've got a long speech ready? Okay, with that, we'll move on. Gets us down to citizen wishing to address council. Christina Womack, who I just introduced. Who is a new mother, by the way.
Yes,
You wanna
Mayor,
tell it?
council members, that is why I have not been here in some time, so it's great to be back. We certainly want to stay abreast of what's going on with the city. So I'm here today to just remind everybody of some upcoming events that we hope that council and the community will get involved with. Our first event of the year is our State of the City address on February 18th. Where we will hear from Mayor Isbell on the state of the city, and we will announce and recognize our 2016 Business of the Year. So if you want to attend, you can call our office or visit pasadenachamber.org. And then our two fundraisers that are coming up for the spring are our Rugged Race. If you recall, last year this event is set up to help raise funds for schools within Pasadena that don't have playground equipment or tracks on their campuses. And we just recently presented a check for $29,000 to Moore Elementary last week, and so they will begin plans for that. So April 9th, Saturday morning at 8 a.m., there's a 5K and a 1K. If you don't like to run, you can still come participate. And so it's an obstacle course out of the Pasadena Convention Center. And so we hope you'll join us for that. And then lastly, our Industry of the Year Industrial Appreciation Golf Tournament will be held on May 2nd out at Timber Creek Golf Course. So if you come to the luncheon on February 18th, we'll announce our Business of the Year and our Industry of the Year for 2016. So lots of exciting times for us with the Pasadena Chamber, and we, of course, can't do it without the city's support. So thank you for everything and y'all's involvement in our events. We hope to see you there.
Thank you, Christina. Karen Holland, City Network Manager.
Good morning, Mayor, City Councilmen and women, Madam Secretary. I'm here today to let everyone know we've extended the neighborhood matching grant opening till April the 30th. So neighborhood homeowner groups that are wanting to apply, please get your applications, do your pre-application meetings at my office at 713-475-7221 for your pre-application, and all applications need to be turned in on April 30th. Also, I'm so proud to have our new Deepwater Neighborhood Association here today. The board members came out, and I wanted to recognize them, Mayor. Thank you for that gracious welcome all of you have given them. Helen Valdez, would you please stand up? Helen is a 40-year resident of Pasadena. She retired from St. Joseph Hospital 20 years and also 20 years at Memorial Hermann Hospital.
Wow.
And she is the president of the group. Give her a hand. Who is a 55-year resident of Pasadena in the Deepwater area. She's the vice president, and she owns a lot company that's been in Pasadena over 55 years. Give her a hand, please. We have Mrs. Laura Tant. Ms. Tant is a 40-year resident of Pasadena. She also was CEO of 38 years of City Office Supply. And her husband, who's sitting next to her, TJ, he's had a plumbing business for over 40 years in Pasadena. Laura, she is our secretary. Give her a hand, please. And we also have Rudy Slotacek. Mr. Slotacek is our treasurer. He has lived in Pasadena over 61 years. He is on the board of the American Legion. He's a member of the Pasadena Rodeo Veterans Committee. He also is Sergeant at Arms of the Disabled Veterans Chapter of 194, and he is an Air Force veteran, sir. Give him a hand, please. We're real proud of this new endeavor. I want to thank Councilman Casadas for working hand in hand with me, and Councilman Morrison for your support. We look forward to building more neighborhood associations this year. Thank you very much, Mayor.
Thank you. Ken Donnell.
Thank you, Mary Isabel. Council members, good morning. Thank you for giving me just a few minutes of your time today. I'm Ken Donnell, and I manage animal control and adoption for the city of Pasadena. I want to announce that we're having a very special adoption event March 5th and 6th. That's a Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. both days. We're calling it our Cause for Pause Adopt-a-thon. We want to invite all of you here and everyone who sees this and everyone you can all tell. Thank you for the shameless promotion, by the way, holding up the flyer. To come out on one or both of those days. We have invited several other governmental shelters in the area to participate with us. Adoptions will be $25, dogs and cats. It will include at least one round of vaccinations, spay or neuter, a microchip, and a rabies vaccination. Pasadena residents would, of course, have to register their animals there for their normal $10 charge. We'll also have each day 100 free microchips available for the first 100 folks who come in with their unchipped pets. We'll have someone there taking care of that for them. There will be discounted vaccinations for those who have pets there who need them. There will be pony rides and a petting zoo, concessions and vendors of all kinds. We've arranged for demonstrations by the City of Pasadena's arson dog, the fire department's arson dog, and the canine team from the police department. Admission and parking are free. Dog adoptions will take place in the rodeo arena, and cats adoptions will take place in Campbell Hall. It's going to be exciting and busy 2 days. We hope you can come see us. And if someone is hearing or seeing this and didn't quite get all the information they need, they can find out what they need on our website, www.pasadenashelter.com. Can I answer any questions for you?
Sure.
Thank you very much. Come see us.
Well, you did forget one thing. For each of you in the audience, he has brought a load of cats and puppies, and we will give each one of you in the audience one as you leave today.
I wish that were
Thank you, Ken. Okay, Keller Middle School. Uh-huh.
Pull that microphone down so they can hear you. There you go.
Mayor, Isabel, and City Council members. During our last visit to City Council in November, some Keller ambassadors voiced their concern that some of our friends were walking in the streets on their way to and from school. We asked City Council to help keep our friends safe by putting a sidewalk in on Magnolia Street. We are excited to report that the sidewalk on Magnolia Street is complete and our friends can safely travel to and from school. So thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you for keeping our friends safe as they walk to and from school.
Thank you for teaching us that we do have a voice in our community.
Awesome.
Thank you for showing us that people are listening to what we have to say.
Thank you to Councilmember Dashon Morrison. Mr. Morrison talked to our principal after the last meeting we attended and then followed up with her about the progress on the sidewalk a few weeks later.
Thank you, City Council, for leading the way to make Pasadena safer for all its residents. Rangers, lead the way! On the way up!
Mayor, if I may, the Keller Middle School and the school next to it are special schools to me. At Parks Elementary is where my father was principal, and Principal Deanne Phelan, she's not here today, but she was one of my dad's teachers at one time. And Tracy and I mean, we have, my daughter Allison and your nephew, I guess, they grew up together, but, just the school and being right next to Parks Elementary, but guys, believe me, it wasn't just me, it was the mayor and your council member, Cody Ray Wheeler, that helped get that done, and especially our Public Works Department. I mean, it's thanks to a lot of people, but thanks for y'all coming up here and sharing your voice with us. That's how it's done, and one day, one of y'all need to be up here, okay? Thank y'all for being here.
Any other comments? Okay. Gets us to item 8, presentation, proclamation, and awards. Eddie?
Thank you, Mayor and Council. It's my pleasure to award these 2 police officers. First off is Rick Styron, 35 years, as you heard before. Rick and I have actually known each other a long time. I remember from back in high school days over at Sam Rayburn High School.
Really?
That's right. I think he's 2 or 3 years younger than I am, but anyway, he's looking good, though. Yeah, and I've had a chance to work with Rick Styron over the years, my 8 years here. Always a professional. We've worked well together, and I think we complement each other. So, Rick.
Kind of surprised over here. It's a speeding ticket.
It's a Rolex, Rick. So yeah, that's your Rolex, or you can hang it on the wall too if you want to. You want to say anything? I'll hold your Rolex if you want.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much. I've enjoyed my 35 years here. It's been very, very enjoyable work. When I started 35 years ago as a young cadet, Mary Isabel was a young mayor. So,
that's right.
And we both had a little more hair at that time. And we've been a very good job. I've enjoyed it very much. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Next is Sergeant Jack Sherman. Now, I haven't known Jack as long, but I did have a situation where he helped me out. I had a little bit of identity theft going on. I called MP Jackson, just signed Jack to it, and he jumped on it right away. There was something about cell phones, in my name that I didn't put in there, and he also tracked down where somebody tried to use a fake card of mine at an ATM and was able to take care of that, so I appreciate that. Jack, if you want to come on up.
Yours is a walk-on. It's not a roll.
Come on up. You want to say a few words? I'll leave.
Thanks. It's a good feeling to have completed 35 years. I've enjoyed working here, and time has gone by really quick. It's good to complete my 35 years of service.
So that means you're going to 35 more then?
Not quite 35. A few more years.
All right. Thank you.
Just 2 more of my great hires back when I was mayor before. Okay, congratulations, y'all. Rick and Jack, God, 35 years. Where's the time gone? I mean, it's unbelievable. How long are y'all going to try to stay? Another 20?
About halfway through.
Halfway? Make it 45. I think our oldest officer to retire had 42.
42 or something.
Yeah, 42 years.
Close to that.
Yeah. Wow. You'll almost make it as long as I've been mayor. Long time. All right, Council, gets us down to the minutes of January 19th.
Motion.
I entertain a motion.
Motion.
Councilmember Bass.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Lehman, that the minutes of January 19th, 2016 be approved. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Progress payments 13A, B, C, and D.
Motion.
Motion by
Second.
Councilmember Yubara, second by Councilmember Wheeler. Progress payments be paid. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Finance Resolution 2703.
So moved.
Moved by Councilmember Morrison.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Wheeler. Finance Resolution 2703 be approved. Is there any discussion?
Yes, Mayor, I'd like to
Councilman.
abstain from anything regarding Bass and Meineke.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Personnel changes 15A and D.
So moved.
Motion by Councilmember Yubara.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Morrison. Personnel changes be approved. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Randy?
Thank you, Mayor, and it's that time of the month to present our new employees. First off, we have Renee Arredondo Jr., utility worker in water distribution, graduate of Sam Rayburn High School. Prior to working for the city, he worked for the city of Houston as a plant operator at the wastewater division, and he is proud to announce that he is a third-generation employee with the city of Pasadena. His grandfather worked here, his father still works here, and now he's there, so third generation. Thank you very much. Oh, I forgot y'all just need to stand up when I do that. Good looking. There you go. All right. Next.
I think I heard his grandfather, too.
We'll go with that. I think you did, too. Daniel Cruz Jr. He'll step up. There he is, Daniel. Recreation attendant 1 at the tennis court. Graduate of Deer Park High School. Came to the city as a part-time employee in the aquatics department and then had worked at the tennis center as a part-time employee. He's done a great job, so we've brought him on full-time. Thank you. And he's got a grandfather, right?
Yes, sir.
Grandfather works here.
Yeah,
Yep.
sure
So,
does.
family business. Next is Martin Magana, sorry, sanitation worker. He's a graduate of Seguin High School. Prior to working with the city, he was working for Caterpillar Construction Machinery as a diesel engine repair technician, and he's also working on his aviation mechanic license. He wants to work on airplanes. That picked my, I was happy to hear that. So, all right, thank you very much. Brandon Melvin, Animal Care Tech 2, Animal Rescue, is a graduate of Booker T. Washington in Florida, outside the Miami area. Prior to working for the city, he worked for Stone Store Houston as a warehouse laborer. Worked for Gulf Breeze Zoo back over there in Florida, and he also has an associate's degree in zoology. Thank you very much. David Ramirez, Parks Worker 1, Parks, comes to the city with over 5 years' experience working as a groundskeeper. Prior to working for the city, is previously working for the University of Houston for 6 years. Thank you, David. Next is Ureli Ruiz, Water Billing Assistant 2. Came to the city as a temporary through the billing office through Burnett Staffing. Because of her hard work and dedication, she was hired on as a full-time employee. Previously, she worked as 4 years at McDonald's as assistant manager and 1 year at Chick-fil-A. I asked her if Chick-fil-A really is a good place to work, and she said absolutely. They take care of their people very well, so I'm glad to hear that reputation is solid. So thank you very much. And last but not least, Robbie Vassar, Fire Dispatch 3, firefighting, comes to the city with over 3 years of experience as a paramedic. Prior to working for the city, she worked for the Baystar Ambulance as a dispatcher, has been a paramedic for 18 years. She lives way up in Liberty, so she has quite a drive, but she said it's not that bad. So those are our new employees.
Well, welcome to all of you. Welcome to the city of Pasadena, and I'm proud to see the University of Houston hat out there. Good school. But again, welcome to the city. Okay, council, gets us down to night 16, mayoral appointments. I'd like to nominate at this time for the Civil Service Commission the reappointment of Victor Villarreal, term ending January 18th, 2017. Appointment of John Matthews, term ending January 18th, 2018. And the reappointment of Herman Weber, term ending January 18th, 2019. Entertain a motion.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Ybarra.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Lehman, that the nominations be confirmed. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Gets down to mayor's reports. Final reading, Madam Secretary, you may read 2016-16, 18, 19, and 20 on the consent agenda.
Okay. Ordinance 2016-16, contract with Grant Mackey Company, Inc. for the demolition of building located at 901 Curtis Avenue and appropriating $48,000. Ordinance 2016-18, contract with Clark Associates for services related to regional detention facility design and appropriating $114,200. Ordinance 2016-19, contract with Clark Associates for services related to channel improvements design and appropriating $111,400. And Ordinance 2016-20, agreement with CenterPoint Energy Houston Electric, LLC for LED street light installation.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Ybarra, second by Councilmember Wheeler, that ordinance 2016-16, 18, 19, and 20 pass on second and final reading. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Gets down to first reading, Madam Secretary.
Okay. Ordinance 2016-24, interlocal agreement with Harris County for the Church Road Waterline Relocation Project and appropriating $302,075.84.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Wheeler.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Bass. That ordinance 2016-24 pass on first reading only. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Ordinance 2016-25, extend contract for ambulance and emergency medical services with East Texas Medical Center, East Texas Medical Center Emergency Medical Service.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Ybarra.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Casados. That ordinance 2016-25 pass on first reading only. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Ordinance 2016-26, amend ordinance 2014-160, which adopted the annual budget for the year 2015.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Wheeler,
Second.
second by Councilmember Casados, that ordinance 2016-26 pass on first reading only. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Ordinance 2016-27, extend the annual contract with Bass & Meineke LLC for purchase of automotive and equipment batteries.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Wagner,
I'll second.
second by Councilmember Morrison, that ordinance 2016-27 pass on first reading only. Is there any discussion?
Mayor.
I'd like to abstain from this vote.
Okay,
Bass Meineke.
thank you. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Mayor.
Pardon?
Yes, yes, I'd like
Okay.
to say something. Yes, this contract here is for Bass & Meineke, and I'd just like to say that I'm not going to be supporting this just for the simple fact that we need to hold the city council accountable, and we have to be transparent. I know when I ran for city council and the citizens of District C elected me, I told them that I would try and keep this city as transparent as possible, and that's what I intend to do. So that being said, I can't support this, and again, it's nothing against Mr. Bass by no means. It's just something that I feel is right and ethically correct. So for that, I'm not going to support this ordinance.
Any further discussion?
Mayor.
Councilmember.
This is for a one-year extension on a contract we already have. It started as a one-year contract with 2 extensions. This is the second extension. Councilmember Bass works for this company, Bass & Meineke. His mother owns it. The original contract in 2013, he signed the paperwork as the general manager. He did not sign the request for the extension, and he was not on council the last time that this was extended. There is a conflict of interest, so Councilmember Bass cannot discuss or vote on this item, but it is legal for council to pass this. It is legal to have a contract with the company, so whichever way the vote goes here, it's legal. There's an ethical issue with city council voting for something where a council member profits. We had a similar situation last year with a piece of land where a council member would have profited based on the vote. We went out for bids on this contract. This company had the lowest price. Wasn't lowest by a lot, but they also have a longer warranty than the second lowest bidder. If we have to go out for bids again, it will cost the city money to go out for bids. And on the next contract, if it were not the company, it probably would not be as low a price. On the other hand, it doesn't look good for council to be voting on something that benefits one of the members. So in this, I figured I'm representing the people of the city. So I started asking people what way they wanted. And the comments I got were just about evenly split as far as people saying, go for what costs the less versus go for what looks right and is ethical. And a couple of the people who said, go for what costs less, thought about it a bit and then said, well, it just doesn't look right, so better not. So something that was even tipped more towards better not to do it. Now, depending on the vote today, we may have a second vote. Would be glad to hear any other people's comments on it, but right now, what I've heard from people is more of, it doesn't look right, don't do it.
Any further discussion?
Mayor.
Councilman.
Let me just say that, somebody else?
No,
Let me say that I've been up here on city council for 6.5 years, and this is probably the single hardest ordinance that come across the council as far as for me to make the decision. But let me just say one thing. Ethics vary depending on the individual, their life experiences. There's several things that somebody might say is unethical, that somebody might say is ethical. But let me say something about Bass Meineke. It is a local company that's located in North Pasadena. It employs almost 25 to 30 employees, most of them which live in Pasadena and pay taxes here in Pasadena. and provide for their family here in Pasadena. This is the last year of the extension. This council has been voting on this particular ordinance, actually on the payments for this particular ordinance for the last 6 months. So everybody here on this council was aware of this the last 6 months, and every single council member here approved it except for Councilmember Bass. If this was something that we needed to address, we should have addressed it 6 months ago. They were the lowest bidder by almost 5%. This is without even taking the 3% local preference points in consideration. Like I said, this is the final year. It is perfectly legal under the law. As long as he files a disclosure with the city secretary and he abstains from voting, there is nothing that says it's illegal. As I stated before in pre-council, this is a decision, this is the last year of this extension. Councilmember Bass has to decide on his own whether this contract is important to him next time around. I think I'm going to get 2 extra minutes for that.
Yeah, I know you won Iowa.
Councilmember Bass is going to have to decide next time the elections come around whether he feels this contract is important to the company that he works for. I know it's owned by his parents. Or whether he feels that this contract is not that important and he wants to continue to serve the people on council. This is a $31,000 contract, and I have no problem with him getting this particular contract. Like I said, it's for him to decide in the near future, and for the next mayor and for the next council to decide whether they want to allow somebody on city council to get a contract. I am against a council member getting a contract, and if this was a brand new contract that was coming before the council, I would probably be voting against it. But since it is an existing contract, the last year of the extension, that's why I'm supporting it. With that being said, is Bass Meineke does so much for North Pasadena and for the kids that live in North Pasadena. I know that the company reaches out to Pasadena High School and provides internship for kids that are interested in getting into the mechanical field. And so to me, all the pluses outweigh the negatives. Now, with that being said, if I'm here on this council or in some other capacity in the future, would I support him getting a brand new contract? No. Since this is the final extension of an existing contract that every single council member here has supported for the last 6 months, I will be supporting this contract. With that, I'll pass it on.
Any further discussion?
Mayor,
Councilman.
I'd like to continue on with what Councilman Ibarra has said. Councilman Bass has been on city council for 7 months. Every vote pertaining to Bass and Meineke, he's abstained on. The rest of us, without fail, have all voted in favor of all the payments to Bass and Meineke Auto Parts. And if anyone had a problem with this, I think it should have been brought up back in July, not now. Thank you, Mayor.
Any further discussion?
Yes, Mayor.
Councilman.
First off, I want to say that Bass and Meineke is a great company. They're a local company. They've done a lot of good for the community, and that's not at all what is in question here. But we do have council members here who are businessmen. Carrie Bass is affiliated with Bass and Meineke. Mayor Isbell, Apache Oil, Sammy Casado's Hybrid Construction. And if we wanted to, we could start giving out contracts to each other. I don't think that that's what the citizens of Pasadena want. I think that when you start doing that, there's obviously some inside baseball going on. Council members have an inside track on how to bid and what to bid and how to do things, and I don't think it's a fair process. And so generally speaking, I'm not a big fan of giving out contracts to council members. I'm not a big fan of insiders getting contracts with the city. But this is particularly difficult because it is a hometown business. And my big issue with this is, as stated before, we have been making payments to Bass and Meineke for the last 6 months for services provided. Councilman Casados came on the council, that contract was already there. When I voted on that contract, Councilman Bass was not on council, but services were provided, goods were used by the city, and I felt we should pay that money to Bass and Meineke. That being said, now there is an opportunity for council to go out for bids on a new contract. We have decided to forego the bidding process and just extend the contract with Bass and Meineke. When dealing with a situation like this where there may be some perceived ethical issues, I think the city council should go above and beyond to ensure that the public's trust is not violated. And that's why I've asked during pre-council, we should go out for bids on this. And if Bass and Meineke were to come back the lowest bidder again, that's fine. But here we are, just giving an unbid contract to Bass and Meineke because he's on city council. And that's why I feel, I'm not against Bass and Meineke, I'm not against Kerry Bass, but I think that the city council should do everything they can to remain transparent, to be forthright, and to ensure that there's no inside baseball going on and that everyone has an opportunity to bid this contract. And because we're not bidding it, that's why I'll be not supporting it today.
Okay, I think everybody's had a chance to speak that wanted to, except me. Let me say that this is about as transparent as you can get. This is all done in open meeting. Bass and Meineke has been in business since I was a kid. I remember going in there. They give back to the city. They're a great company. And just because somebody works there, no ownership, works there, that means any employee of Bass and Meineke cannot run for city council. That's not right. That's just not right. Councilmember Bass has always abstained, which he's supposed to do, and filed the paperwork with the city that his mother owns the company, but he is an employee. That's what some people can't understand. So then that does say that another employee of Bass Meineke could never run or get a contract here. And that's not right. The process, I can assure you, is he has never approached me. We have a strict process from the purchasing department on how we do these things. This is an extension that's in the old contract that is available to him for council to vote on. So that's all open records also. You know, we've had some instances in Pasadena where people claim to live in certain areas when they didn't. We had to pass some rules and laws on this council to make sure that never happens again. I've seen a lot of things that don't look right. But this, to me, is a red herring. Bass and Meineke, this is a 2-year-old price. We're extending it at the same price of 2 years ago, which in essence saves the citizens money, in my opinion. And I think that's the important thing. Are we doing right by the citizens of Pasadena? And that's why I think this is a red herring. With that, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed?
No.
Councilman Casados, Wheeler, and Pat, vote no. Motion passes. And you abstained.
Yes.
Yeah. Already had that. Okay. Gets down to resolutions.
Resolution 2016-13, approve the financial report of investment
what I'm talking about
activities
there.
for fiscal quarter ended December 31, 2015.
What was the number?
13.
13. All right. Motion, second?
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Lemon,
Second.
second by Councilmember Wagner, that Resolution 2016-13 be adopted as it was read. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 2016-14, donations from Cindy and Gerald Snapka, TJ Clay, and State Farm Insurance totaling $450 for the Officer Center Program.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Bass,
Second.
second by Councilmember Casados, that Resolution 2016-14 be adopted as it was read. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 2016-15, donations from B.M. Johnson, Brewster Procurement Group, Underwood Hearing Aid Services, Spencer Animal Hospital, Larry Wilson, Jimmy Changus, Golden Acres Pet Inn, State Representative Wayne Smith, Miller Pools, R.B. Everett and Company, Larry's TV Service, Dorset, Clark Freight Lines, Smoke and Drink Tobacco Shop, Adaptive Driving Access, Swanson Subway, Pinnacle Industries, Right at Home, 1427, Steve Phelps First Baptist Church, Pasadena Pastoral Benevolence, Data Meat Company, Civil Concepts, State Farm Ken Phelps, United Commercial Travelers, James and Carrie Fell, Debbie Crabb, Emily and Jay Nesbitt, David Scobie and Elaine Russ, Louise Landam, Richard and Michelle Modisette, Cliff and Sheila Thompson, Hiroku Kawai, Joseph and Martha Charney, JX Nippon, Chemical Texas, Royce Walters, Sir Optimus International of Pasadena, Pasadena Public Library, Larry Cernisic Enterprises, Forest Transportation, National Tailors, Time Out 3 Sports Bar, and anonymous donors totaling $9,184.25 for the Officer Santa Program.
Move.
Moved by Councilmember Van Hout, second by Councilmember Wheeler. That resolution 2016-15 be adopted as it was read. And again, Madam Secretary, congratulations on the pronunciation of some of those difficult names. But we'd like to thank all those donors for the Officer Santa Program. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 2016-16, donations of $90 from the family of Marcela Fernandez, $100 from Gilbert Perez Sr., $556 from Applebee's, and $5 from the father of Jose Caleo for after-school programming and Camp for All for participants with adapted needs.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Wheeler, second by Councilmember Van Hout. That resolution 2016-16 be adopted as it was read. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 2016-17, designating a representative and alternate to the General Assembly of the Houston-Galveston Area Council for the year 2016, and that the representatives to the General Assembly be designated as the delegate and alternate to the Houston-Galveston Area Council Board of Directors.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Lehman, second by Councilmember Wheeler. That resolution 2016-17 be adopted as it was read. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Thank you all for coming today. Hope you've learned something, and it's been an interesting meeting for you. We stand adjourned.